However, I've been wanting Devin for the fraud that he is. That's all it is. I've been wanting him for the fraud that he really truly is. It's not about that belt. When I win and I beat Devin, I'm gonna put a fucking email stamp on that belt and I'm gonna throw it away because it doesn't mean anything. It's bullshit. Yeah.
Is that your sparring partner?
Yes, it is.
And what's his name?
Dominique Francis.
Dominique, quick question. What do you think Teofimo gonna do to Devin Haney?
Oh, you want me to show you real quick? Check. You gotta get it. You got it? You got it? Yes! That's it. Look, they call that decapitation.
And look, and he ripped that. Not only did he rip it, he ripped the belt too. That fake ass belt that he got right there. Get out of here, bro. You trash, my man. You trash. Get out of here. Yeah.
Kambosos has a little message for you, so I would like to show you that in case you didn't see that. And we welcome Ryan, your PR manager. So here you go.
I'm coming for you, boy. You already said these eyes. You saw it many times. You said you weren't gonna look away. You said you're gonna only give me one. Well, I got you non-stop, man. You said you paid him in. I already got you.
So he hasn't even finished watching, but what's your reaction? He said something about when you said you wouldn't look away or something. Did you?
For him, he's so into like each detail. The eyes don't lie. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is like whether he wants to say all these other things about, 1 or 2, 0 and stuff. When fight week comes, that's when it really matters and when it really counts. You know what I mean? He knows what it is. I think he really wants to try to break that in, but there's nothing to break in when you see my eyes. Real recognizes real, and I know he feels that pressure and he feels it. I could feel his heartbeat when we were looking at each other, and I could feel all the pumping that he was getting out of it. That's how real it gets. But for him, whether he's focused on the eyes and all those things, they just trying to. In reality, I look at it like this, man. Majority of these fighters, they just in somehow, some way, they look up to me and they want to know how I do it. Who's always been the one that talks about the eyes and everything? Myself. So now he just wants to mention it now. We, like I said, man, we're 2 steps ahead, and every time I'm in here, I work my ass off so I could be 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. And that's because I already know that they're fans of me. They want to know how I do it. He asks us these questions on why I changed this and why I changed that. Focus on your part. I'm focused on mine. And one thing we do have in common is that we all are focused on Teofimo.
Devin Haney said that the difference between me and Teofimo, that Teofimo talks more about me than his upcoming fight, where I'm focused on Linares' fight that's ahead of me.
The difference between me and Teofimo, I'm fighting a real threat. He's fighting a guy who he's talking about me more than he's talking about the guy that he's fighting. So right now I'm focused on Jorge Linares.
It's not about that. It's about, look, he has to focus on Linares because this is the first time that he's actually having a tough competitive step-up fight. Something that a lot of folks believe that Linares has something that Devin Haney doesn't have, and that's power, and will counter him. So it's for someone that closes their eyes in the middle of exchanges, it goes to show how much they really do believe in themselves. I ain't focused on Devin Haney at the moment. My whole thing is like I just speak out what I got to speak out. You know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. My main focus, my main objective, none of this matters unless I beat Kambosos. And I always know that. However, I've been wanting Devin for the fraud that he is. That's all it is. I've been wanting him for the fraud that he really truly is. It's not about that belt. When I win and I beat Devin, I'm going to put a fucking email stamp on that belt and I'm going to throw it away because it doesn't mean anything. It's bullshit. And that's what I feel about it. It's not about people saying that question mark about the Undisputed and stuff like that. No. My whole thing is all about I got principles, I have morals, and I have respect to the game. When someone goes and holds on to a belt, I don't need to show any belts. I could be here right now and everybody knows, oh, that's a real champ right there. I don't need to show off a belt, In his press conference, whatever, yesterday, you could just see how he's just holding tight on that belt for dear life because that's the only thing that's keeping him relevant. But a lot of folks, in this industry or anything, when you're fake, everybody will support you. When you're real, they all want to bring you down and say that you ain't this and ain't that because they ain't do it for themselves. My main thing, though, June 19th, I just got to stay focused on Kambosos first because all this won't matter. Everything I said today, right now, won't matter until I beat George Kambosos.
But there's also business side where WBC ordered the winner of George Diaz, who fighting Fortuna now, to fight the winner of Devin Haney and whatever. So that might be a problem, right?
No, it won't be a problem. Since I'm the franchise world champion, the super WBC champion, I can mandate that. That's what the reason of a franchise champion is. It's not to avoid a mandatory. You could ask for a mandatory. And that's what people don't know, because people don't know the backstory of anything. They just assume, and then they make an ass out of you and me. And that's really what it comes down to. People don't know the actual true system of boxing. I do. They don't know shit about boxing. And that's just really what it comes down to. A lot of folks just want to support somebody that they're crossing their fingers and hoping that he could do. When in reality, it's at the end of it all, man. It's this is the takeover. Can't nobody, whether they want to make that Jojo Diaz and Fortuna fight happen, good for them. But move to the side, young bloods. Move to the side. You guys ain't the ones that they want to see anymore. They old school, everybody out, man. This is the takeover. We going straight to everybody. And the whole thing is like this. We don't fake it till we make it. We go out there and we take it.
You're a big guy, and very, very soon you're going to go up to 140.
Yes.
What do you think about Josh Taylor and you?
I think it's a great fight. I think it's a fight that everybody wants to see. They mentioned 2 guys for Josh Taylor, and my name was one of them. For a reason. People know what it's all about. But however, some guys like Taylor, they feel like they've done everything in the sport. They have accomplished everything, and they're satisfied. So they feel like they don't need to fight any more top competition or anything like that. He doesn't feel like, I'm just an elusive guy that's still getting better. I'm perfecting my craft when I'm in here. I'm working on real good things. I mean, the Lomachenko fight just made me 10 times better. And I was already better as it was. So just imagine that's why I'm looking forward to June 19th. I can't wait to actually even put out that work ethic that I've been putting in here. I work my ass off, and this is 2,000 or 2,200 above sea level, and I'm just killing it every time. And then, when we go to Miami, that's below sea level. Trust me, this is conditioning on ×2 when I'm in Miami. I'm going to be more than ready for 12. I'm going to be more than ready for 15. We should make this a 15-round fight. But it ain't gonna go. It's not even gonna go past the first. The way I feel and the way I'm. Yeah, I just gotta see 19th, man. A lot of folks, man, they want to stop Teofimo, but that's the thing. You just can't. You can't stop God's work.
Stu, I spoke with Mikey Garcia, and he said he would fight you at 140 when you move up. What do you think?
Cool, man. If Josh Taylor don't want to fight me, I don't see why not. We can make things like that happen. Of course. The whole thing is like, I don't see why not. I'm a fighter. Put him in front of me and I'll beat him. And it's cool, man. People are calling Teofimo out for a reason now. I'm telling y'all, people need to get a payday. So fight Teofimo, you get a payday.
A lightweight that already has moved up, Tank Davis, who is fighting Mario Barrios. What do you think about that fight?
I think it's a good matchup. Supposedly, it's a good. I don't know what to call it. I think it's just an avoiding. The guys at the 35 or whatever it is, but you go to 140, make it look good, make it sound good. Tank carries the power, but then again, Barrios is very, very strong and elusive, and he's the bigger guy, and we all know that. 140 is a big division. Not for myself, but for Tank Davis, it is. He's a smaller guy, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how bad he really wants to show everybody that he's here to stay as well.
You think he avoided you?
For sure. Easily. A lot of these guys don't want to fight me, but I wish, not that I wish, the ones that know that these guys don't want to fight me. I don't know why.
The ones that who?
All of them. Everybody in my division from 35 to 40 to eventually I'll go to 147. Till then I got work to do. But then, nobody wants to fight Teofimo. They all call me out. It's quick and easy to do that online. But I haven't received a contract from not one guy. I'm all about the facts and the paper and all that stuff. If you're going to show me, because they know. All the matchmakers know. Everyone knows. Me and my father know. Everyone knows since I started from a 4-round fight. We never said no to any fight. We never picked and choose any fight. We always went. Whoever they gave us, we took it. And we looked great doing it. We didn't back down on the Loma. We called them for 2 years, and we finally made it happen. Look what happened. Beat them unanimously. Demolished him. Outboxed the most technical fighter in the game. That they were saying, comparing him to the next Ali. Making him seem like he's a god. But once Teofimo beat him, now everybody wants to discredit him.
Yeah, I mean, it is sad, huh?
Yeah, this is big. This is bigger. You know, had Loma beat me, everybody wouldn't have this question mark about Undisputed, because the sanctioning bodies was dick riding Loma, hanging off his balls, and it's not right. You know, they laughed at my father, all of them. You know, and it's not. And people say that I come at them disrespectful. I don't disrespect nobody. I love the belts. I love the belts. That's what I fight for, the world titles, the real world championship belts. I'm an old school fighter. I know the background to the story of everything, how boxing was, how it truly was. In today's era, it's all about fast money and just getting everything quick. And I ain't like that, you know? But the thing is like, I'm all about respect first. You know, my father taught me that, my mother taught me that. I never disrespect nobody unless it's been to us first. So if I am some type of way, check yourself, because I don't do it just because. It's because you gave me a good reason to be like this.
Your father, the Nostradamus, that predicted all of the fights, and so far he's been right a lot about, I think, about every fight that he predicted. And if I'm not mistaken, he said this fight with Kambosos. Oh no, he said about your fight with Devin Haney that it's not gonna go past 3 rounds, right?
I'm sure whatever he says, he just knows, man. The whole thing is like, I just want to show everybody how fraud and how fake these guys are, how they truly are. They're not really true fighters. They're not true die-hard fighters like Kambosos says, a Spartan and everything. But we're gonna see when I give him these hands, we're gonna see if that Spartan comes out of him. And he ain't not. He's gonna back down. They all gonna back down. This ain't a fucking game. This not a game. This is my life. When I go in here, I get to actually express my anger and my frustration and my emotions when I go in there. I go in there with my emotions, but I'm always thinking ahead. I never let that get to the best of me. You know, I'm just an emotional guy that loves what I do. You know, and I get shit for it. But you know what? I have blessings. I have a lot of blessings, and I thank God for it, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for those that wanted to bring me down when I was just coming up, and for those that brought me up when I felt down. You know, it's the yin and yang. There's a balance to everything in life, and I appreciate all of you guys, man, the haters, the lovers, because at the end of the day, man, I'm doing something right for everybody that talk about Teofimo, right? So just tune in June 19th and on Triller, Fight TV, and it's going to be awesome, man. And for those, you can buy your tickets on my link in my bio at Teofimo Lopez on Instagram.
Yeah, what do you think about the third fight?
I think that they just got to move that to they should move that to the side. However, things happen. That's just the sport, the corruption of the boxing, the political part. You know?
They are going to have a fight.
They are going to have a fight, and I'm not saying that it's not going to be a good fight for them. I'm just saying everybody wanted to see the AJ Tyson Fury fight, and eventually we should see that maybe come the end of this year or the beginning of next year. You know, and I'm hoping for that. I want to see an undisputed heavyweight world champion. You know, and I'm rooting for both guys, because it's the sport, the boxing. We haven't seen an undisputed heavyweight world champion in about probably like over a decade. You know, and that's big.
So you think Tyson is going to win again the third fight?
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. I believe when you take a fighter's heart, no matter how hard they train, no matter how hard and what they say, when you take their heart, that's the end of it. Like Lomachenko, he keeps calling this and that, but I took your heart when it came to those championship rounds. Why they call it championship rounds? Why, Snow? It's because in those moments, in those 2 rounds left, and if you're a real fighter or if someone that knows boxing, those championship rounds is no longer about the technique. It's no longer about all the stuff that the game plan that you had. It's all about who wants it more, how bad you want it. And when I stepped up to the plate in the last round, who's back down? Loma. Took your heart. No matter what it is, I wanted it more. Those are the championship rounds that show your heart. It's no longer up here anymore. It's all about here. It's all about I fight with my heart. I fight with my passion and what I do, all the sacrifice. In those rounds, in those last 2 rounds, you just think about all the times that you had to eat shit. You had to eat shit from people. And this is the time where it's like I got 6 minutes left to change my whole life. I got 3 minutes left to be on top. And I did that. You know, that's why when I got on top of those ropes, I said I just did that. You know, and come June 19th, I'm going to let everybody know. I'm here to stay forever. I told y'all, man, once I get the spotlight, that's it. That's it. This is why we call it a takeover. We call it a takeover because we're going to change the game of the sport. We're going to bring it back. Look, if I could change 1% of the boxing world, boxing will be in good hands again. It's too many going on with the promoters and all that stuff, man. I don't mean to be on the political side. I hate being on the political side because at the end, I'm just a fighter trying to win. And that's all it is. I'm just trying to make a name and do what I could do because I love the passion for it. However, we're not getting these big fights because of certain people in the game. Certain people in the game are messing up the game. And if I get shit for it, like I said, it's okay. I'll take the cuts and the bruises and the beatings and the beatdowns because I love the game. I love the game. I truly love it with a passion, And can't nobody ever take that away from me. That's why I say, like, the boxing gods are behind me, watching me, taking care of me, making sure I go out there and do what I got to do because they know I'm fighting for a bigger purpose than that. This is bigger than me. This will always be bigger than me.
Ask a question to the kids that were out there. They're like, guys, if Teofimo Lopez would fight for an exhibition, who would you want him to fight? Or you chimed in and said Floyd Mayweather. Were you for real?
Yeah, everything I say, I'm not bullshitting. I'll be honest with y'all. Yeah, of course. I don't see why not. Since they said if I was to fight a celebrity, who would it be? I said Floyd. Because Floyd ain't a boxer, he's a celebrity. It's a big difference. He ain't a fighter anymore, he's just a celeb. So he's just there to collect checks and cash them. So why not? Take out Teofimo though. I guess if I'm fucking up everybody's money, take me out already, Floyd. Take me out. Somebody take me out. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm just changing. I'm messing up the business for a lot of people. And usually when that happens, shit can happen. I look like this, champ. It's I respect you. I met you for the first time when I was 8 years old, and you signed my picture and you said God bless, and I think that was the day that you blessed me. So I appreciate you, man. I'm just doing my thing, champ. That's all it is. I ain't disrespecting you. I admire you, and there's a lot of kids out there that did and do. And I appreciate you. I took your blueprint though. I took your actual blueprint, not the rich and the fame and the flamboyant part. You know what I'm talking about, champ. And those are the things, and I appreciate you for it. I really do. I truly admire what you have done for the game, and I appreciate you more than ever because if it wasn't for you or Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Robinson, the list could go on and on. If it wasn't for you guys, Pernell Whitaker, Roy Jones, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So all you guys did leave something for me, man. I'm just a young kid. 23 years young, just like how you were at one point, pretty boy, and just trying to make a name and feed my family. That's all it is, man. I got many blessings, and I'm thankful for it. And I don't want to step on nobody's shoes. It's all about respect, and I respect you, champ, and all at the end of it all, man. I just want to entertain, just like you are. But I'm just a young kid, just doing what I love to do, man. And the thing is, I'm not gonna apologize to nobody. I say what I say, man. It's my life, and I love what I do. 18, 19 years into this, blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. No one can ever take that away from me. The only person that can take that away from me is God himself. He gave me this gift. He gave me this to do whatever I got to do. Maybe there needs to be a change in the game, and I want to be that generation or that role model for the young kids out there, even the ones watching this video right now. I want y'all to understand that I just want y'all to wake up and smell the coffee and what's really going on. We shouldn't have 12 world champions in my division. You know what I mean? When was that ever something that was okay? It's not. There should be. I'm the WBO world champion. I'm the WBC world champion. I'm the IBF world champion, the Ring Magazine world champion, and the WBA Super World champion. All of those, I carry all of them on the top. I'm undisputed. And for all those that want to have a question mark, oh, you should fight Gervonta Davis, he's the regular champion. You should fight Devin Haney, he's the interim champion, or the email champion, or the whatever you want to call it.
He thinks he's a real champion in WBC.
And that's what calls it a fake. Look what happened to Carlos Balderas. Same thing. When you fake it till you make it, you get exposed. Eventually, you're fake, regardless. I don't need to show my belts, like I said. I could read through these motherfuckers. All of them, I could read them like that, like a blueprint. They show me right away. Because when you're real, you can see fake from a mile away. That energy shows. You can see it. I can sense it. That's why my circle is small. I don't keep a big entourage. I don't need a whole big entourage. I don't need people to feed off my wealth and my success. Those that are here today, those in the back right now hitting the bags and everything, they all have something that they want to be good at. They have an ambition. They want to hustle. Everybody that I put in here, it's not for them to clout chase. It's for them to get better. I want to drop them dimes and jewels because when I'm in there in that ring, it could be my last time in there. You know what I mean? I just want to leave a I want to leave a solidarity thing for everybody and let them know Teofimo stood his ground no matter what. I stand for something, because for somebody like this, I say it like this: if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And I'm not one to fucking fall for anything. I'll stand, and I'll tell y'all like this, man. This is who I am. I'm aggressive when it comes to this, but I'm a cuddle bear when it comes to other things outside of the sport. And you know that very well, Snow. You know how I am. I'm very humble about my things, and I keep myself grounded on that. I never forget where I come from. And the thing is like this, success, there's no such thing as too much of it. Why we have the greats like Michael Jordan, why we had the greats like Kobe Bryant, the greats like Muhammad Ali, is because even when they accomplish everything in the game, they still found more things to accomplish. That is a GOAT. That's the greatest of all times. The Tiger Woods, the Serena Williams, you know? We got to put women in there because that's that woman empowerment.
Do you think today it's more about how many followers you have? If you have 10 million, you can go Hollywood and pretend like you're the best in the game?
Absolutely. It's not even about the championship belts anymore, which is what we all fight for. That is our purpose and reason why. But now it's all about how many followers you got, and I get it. It's a new modern day era, and I'm adjusting to it right now. The reason why I don't have millions of followers is because those are authentic followers. They're not bots.
You have 400,000 or something in like one fight, after one fight.
You know, and I'm slowly getting there. The whole thing is just that I'm not about the followers. I'm about the growth. I'm all about getting myself better. I want to leave it a good example to the young ones out there, because that's what it's all about. The new generation. And when that time comes and I hang up these gloves in this ring, I want the kids out there I want to see them have the same thing I have. That heart, that passion for the game and the love. You know, I understand boxing is entertainment. That's why people want to tune in and watch me, because I know how to entertain. However, I just want people to know the real roots of this all. You know, the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, MLB, they all have something to fight for. You know, and they all stand on one thing and something. You know, in boxing, it's like you can do whatever you want to the game, and we have no respect for it. You know what I mean? And it's like we need people to respect the sport just as much as we respect every other sport. This is the toughest sport in the world for a reason. What I try to tell people, because people don't understand, you know, because sometimes they read, but they don't read behind the lines of what I'm writing. You know, those that do, good for you. That means your head is straight. When I say that, you know, it took Floyd 10 plus years to become Money May in the pro game, it's because you have to fight the competitors that you have to fight. You have to make a name for yourself. You have to fight that top competition in order to get a big payday, you know? In order to get those checks, you got to risk it, you know? Big risk, big rewards. And that's what I'm all about. If I bet on myself, I'm going to double down every time. Shit, fuck that. I'll triple down on it. And why? Because I believe in my abilities. Everybody was against me for the Loma fight. It was like a 4-1 odds.
You know, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know.
But it takes a strong person in himself, the confidence. And I walked in there with faith. God don't put me in situations that I can't get out of. That's what I believe. Whoever I face next, you know, right now it's Kambosos. And whoever God puts me up with next, that's because he's letting me know it's time to do this. It's time to work. It's time to get this guy out of here.
In my head, I'm like, it's better for what it says.
Be water, my friend.
You
Shout
know,
out to Bruce Lee. That's my mentor right there. I love Bruce Lee, man. That's my mentor. I look up to him. I take a lot of wisdom from him. Very wise, very wise, man. I wish he was here to this day. But I feel like in his spirit, I get to see that, and I feel him.